Yeah, it's good. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Westchester, New York, along with my buddy, Professor Spike, who's streaming live from Long Island, New York, and our friend Arjun, who's streaming live from Seattle, Washington. So we're a little spread out today. I have my Yankee cap on. No, my Met cap on, right?
Mets, yes.
I'm both a Yankee and Met fan. I'm going to root them both in. I think they're both going nowhere fast, though.
Hey, Lindor hit 3 home runs on Sunday.
A little bit too late. Too late. Where was he in April and May?
Yeah, he just takes him 7 months to warm up or whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Football was nice to see that.
Yeah, the Steelers. We beat the Bills. Woo!
Yeah. And the Raiders beat Baltimore last night.
Yeah.
So that was a thriller.
The Traders.
A lot of good football. And as far as the market goes, I wanted to give a look at some stocks that you often talked about as takeover prospects. Okay. So that's how I featured it. I think the first one we should look at is what I have in order. I think I wrote a tweet just a little while ago. Let me see that. Let me pull that tweet up. If I can pull that tweet up. I want to go in order so people aren't confused in case they are interested in one particular stock.
I have it right in the order.
Is the first one, Intellia Pharmaceuticals. We talked about that 3-4 months ago. I suggested September calls, and I suggested January calls at that time. Mm-hmm. And it's moved up nicely since that suggestion. Not that I suggested it. It was my opinion that it was not a bad idea to go into call options.
Strictly your own opinion.
Strictly my own opinion on AUPH. So far, it's looking like a good opinion. Nothing more than opinion. Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. As always, do your own due diligence and check with an advisor before acting. And finally, please subscribe so you know when we're on. We're never on the same time, unfortunately, so you got to kind of hunt for us. And we try to stick to Tuesday, Friday, and we'll see how that works out. But the time of the day is not always consistent. RMF Consulting is with us. He's asking about DraftKings as a takeout or just to look at it? Probably just to look at it.
Probably just to look at the chart. The chart's been looking good recently.
And Marco saying Caller's at a 5-year low. Time to buy more, question mark. And Ryan Lucas says, look at grits, please, GRTS.
Oh, yeah.
We'll try to get to that. We'll try to get to those requests if we can. And M says, take a look at AEMD, ATHX. Wow, we got a lot of suggestions. Mm-hmm. So let's get to work. We'll share screen. And we're going to begin with one of the ones that made Jake the man he is today. Intellia Pharmaceuticals. One of Jake's babies. Remember Jake?
Remember Jake?
Jake is going to come back and share a little time with us. I don't know about today, but
yeah, I haven't talked to him in forever.
Well, about a month.
I haven't seen him in at least 2 or 3 months.
But maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing great.
Sean is with us and very polite as always.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely come on more consistently now that I'm settled.
Oh, that's great. Tom is with us. All right, I will come back to the chat group in a few minutes, but as I said, I want to start charting. Let me get this comment off. Intellia Pharmaceuticals, what do you guys think? Is it a takeout or not, the big move up recently?
We've been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I tend to think Yes, I will. I didn't before, but now it just looks like it. You had a January date, I think, for that.
I suggested January calls. Yeah, probably. Maybe as well. I might have mentioned September calls. I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I always look at is the market cap when trying to figure out if it's at a value that it can be scooped up for. So let's
Well,
see.
the market cap is 2.74 billion. That's nothing.
Yep. So the question is, could you see a case for the pipeline to be 5.5 billion or 8.25, something in
Well,
that range?
when we looked at it, it was months ago and suggested it. I think it was about $15 a share, and I was thinking $30, $25, $30 for a takeout. We're getting awful close to that number without the takeout.
Yeah. So maybe it should be up to 40-ish.
I don't know. I mean, if taken out at this point, it looks like the 30s.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Unless it's just been overbought, it'll pull back a little and then still get taken out to between 25 and 30.
I mean, that could be true. It's at an all-time high currently, it looks like.
Yeah, so a pullback here would not be as surprising unless the takeout happens like tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking so the high that it hit, the 2186, that probably not coincidentally is the exact same high it had in December of 2019. So it seems like it could be forming like a cup and handle on the 2-ish year time frame and then explodes up. We'll see though. I love it. I think it's getting bought. That's my opinion.
Well, it's been my opinion for a long time that it's being bought, and I'm not changing my opinion. The question is when and for how much.
Yeah.
More so than if. There's
Yeah.
still an if component. It's not a short thing. It ain't over till it's over. But it's looking more and more like a short thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if you put like a 5 billion-ish value on it, that'll take you into the 30s. That might be a reasonable prediction. 5 billion takeout.
It's hard for me to put a number on it, but what sometimes happens with these buyout rumors is it goes up a lot, and then the buyout is a little disappointing. Put it that way.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think that like Trillium is a pretty good example of that exact thing.
When it was high, actually trading higher than the takeout.
Exactly.
At some point earlier on.
Yeah, in late 2020, it was in the 20s, and then it pulled all the way back to 6, and then they got the 200% multiple back up to the 17s. So
this chart is pretty strong, to say the least, from a low of 1085.
Yeah, wow.
Back here, I'm not sure of the date. I'd have to hide this gizmo. Now I can see the date. Still can't make out the date. Whatever the date. Not that long ago. A couple of months. So this thing has been on a tear.
Yeah.
On a tear. And the volume, I'm sure, has gotten increased. Without even looking, I'm sure it has. Indicative of a takeout is an uptick in volume also.
Yeah.
Here's the volume. You got a nice uptick in volume two and a half weeks ago. You had a big increase in volume there. And just yesterday, we had a nice high volume day. And today, not so much yet. Though day's not over. So the volume is strong enough to indicate takeover. All right, so keep in mind, we're going to vote on this. We're going to vote on which is number 1, number 2, number 3 takeout plays of the ones listed.
Yeah.
This one, everyone vote. All of our viewers can vote, everyone vote. So far, this is going to be either my 1, 2, or 3. Not sure.
Yeah, this will be my number 1 or 2. I need to look at some of the others, but this will definitely be in the top 2 for me.
I know I wrote Albo on the first time I advertised it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to include Albo.
That's the one that I think is my number 1. And so, like, I have 2 different ways of thinking about this. One is, how likely do I think they'll get bought at any point? And then which one will get bought first? Albo, I have pretty high conviction it will get bought at some point, but Arenia might beat him to the punch just because of the chart.
Well, Albo came off the lows pretty nicely, the $27 lows.
Yeah.
And it's found a comfortable trading range now, but the volume is very low.
Yeah. The float on
this
this
is the takeover brewing. It's a well-kept secret.
Yep.
Doesn't mean there isn't. But
Yeah.
I'll get more excited about the prospects of the buyout with some volume.
Right. Yeah, because for me, the thesis here is purely on the fundamentals. Like, obviously, the chart isn't what you want to see pre-buyout, but the valuation of the company is so low that I feel like eventually it's going to be, if they're not already talking to people, like, they're going to be talking to people soon.
I like the fact that it's stubbornly holding above 29.
Yeah.
In a market that's not conducive to small caps.
Yeah.
The IWM has not been strong. Only the S&P 500 and the Dow have been strong. And but the IWM not strong. And the IBB not strong. And XPI not strong. So we haven't had a strong biotech rally, and this is holding stubbornly tough. I like the chart actually on Albo, but I don't know that it's an immediate buyout. But I think down the road, like a year from now, quite possibly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. I have like high conviction on buyout, low conviction on it happening soon. So yeah, I agree.
All right. Next one on my list was Professor Spike. Do you have the list?
Yes, the next one is BCRX.
BCRX.
Yeah, this one I have no idea. Literally flip a coin, in my opinion, because
they could go it on their own.
Exactly. I think they want to go on their own.
I think they'll get an offer they can't refuse. How's that?
Well, what is okay? So, do you think that whoever is the interested party needs to see more factor D data? That's the part I can't really wrap my head around, because if they don't, there's no reason it can't happen soon. But that trial data is not going to be out for a long time. So that's the part.
I think it's worth $25 a share with or without factor D.
With or interesting. So you think Orladeo plus whatever they get from Rapivav or whatever, like that is the 25 a share, and then factor D
and their antiviral portfolio and patents.
Okay, so basically, okay, so you don't need factor D for your 25 a share. Nope. I think that's fair. Yeah.
With factor D being a success, that price could double.
Yeah. Is Galley really over?
I haven't even heard the word Galley in so long. I forgot about it completely.
I know, but I mean, it's, for some reason, I don't think it's been completely put to bed. At least I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just mysterious, though. I don't really see how I can look into it and discover anything.
It's being stockpiled.
Yeah, right. I mean, it'll have indications down the line, regardless of if it matters with COVID, if that's your question. But in the near term, I don't really.
I'm just in terms of knowing what you own.
Sure. I mean, if you're really long BCRX, then Galley comes into play. If you're on a 12, 18-month time frame, maybe not. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I mean, Galley is only the second drug that they've had approved, right? Peramivir is the first.
Well, yeah. And then Orladeyo obviously is the cash cow.
That's their third. That's their third drug.
Yeah. So
Galley has been approved for what? Ebola or something? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Zika, Ebola, yeah, something like that.
Some of the old viruses.
Yeah, it has.
Everything old is new again.
Yeah.
All right, the chart is not showing buyout yet, but it's also holding stubbornly above that $14 level.
Yeah.
But the chart is interesting. Kind of like the chart because it's so stubborn, just like Albo in a way. It's not to get it to go down is difficult to do. To get it to go up is also difficult to do. So we're stuck in that $14 to $17.50 range.
Yeah.
For the meanwhile, and I've been making money by writing the puts and writing the calls.
Right. Yep. That's the way to do
it. I've been doing very well with holding my position. I'm in no hurry.
Same. I'm doing the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess dead puppies can be fun.
Yeah. I mean, this stock has literally saved my year. If it wasn't for this stock, I would be in a very different position.
Yeah, I think it's been kind to all of us.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about it since it was 4, so we've had a nice run. Yeah.
What's the next one on the list?
Edit.
Edit was recently talked about by one of our own, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know much about this one, so.
Dan said that there are rumors that Moderna is interested in Edit.
Oh, yeah.
See, this one looks like a buyout type of deal. I mean, I could see the volume spiked so much back in July.
This was an extremely high volume day where it topped out at 56.
Yeah. Then the next day it just pulled back like crazy. But yeah, I mean, this one looks excellent.
And it also put in a very solid bottom back here.
Yep.
Middle of August.
So you can pretty comfortably add under 60 if you believe in this one, it looks like.
Yeah, I think this buyout rumors alone are keeping this thing up.
And then you can see.
You want to know something? Just like the early immunotherapy companies all got gobbled, including Juno, and I don't remember some of the others, a few of them. I think the same will happen with the gene editing companies.
Yep.
So I think Editas, Beam, CRISPR, and Intellia, all the possible buyouts. The question is, how possible by the end of the year for Editas? And, I think it's certainly possible. It's off the highs of about 100. And that might be a fair takeout price, like $99 a share.
Yeah. I think this one will be higher on my list, just on the chart. I don't know anything about the company, but the chart looks more like buyout than some of the other ones.
Well, we have a firm bottom, like I said, at 57.60.
Yeah.
And now we have a new bottom that we're testing.
Yep. So you maybe can add now.
Right at this $61 level.
So you could nibble right now if you want.
Well, if you think this down
Yeah,
is something that's
yeah.
being manipulated for a cheaper buy price.
All right, it's not on my top 5, I don't think, but it's up there. Maybe it is.
I think it'll be on my top 5. Yeah.
Maybe it would be. What's the next one?
Natalia.
And this one is high on my list.
Intellia, whatever.
It's a very good performer on the stock. 154.91 is nearing its recent support levels.
Very similar shape.
See, let's try to draw a trend line in here. See what happens. Well, what do you know?
3 touches.
Looks good. Looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. This one, just like Editas, could be bought right here. I think we're basically at a key level, right about here on trendline support. And what is this, a 50? We hit the 50 yesterday, right? We have the 50 support. The 9-day is a little bit of resistance. It's looking good. Looks good to me. Looks very good to me. In fact, so good, maybe I'll add a little after the show. I don't want to add during the show, but I might add after. What's the next one?
The next one is CRISP. We're all talking about the same industry.
Yeah, CRISPR.
This one didn't have that jump that the other ones did.
This one is the most expensive by market cap.
Right.
It still has that. I mean, so the thing I like about this one is it had that high volume that got it way up, and then it's had a bit of a pullback. It like looks like the Trillium chart to me a little bit before it got bought.
Wow.
So maybe, but I need to look at the market cap. You said the market cap's really high, so
I'm trying to get back to.
Yeah, you got to go forward. So you might as well just
yeah, I wanted to just go back to not the chart, but to the market cap on CRISP.
I can look it up. Let's see, CRISPR. I remember this one being pretty high. Yeah, it's about 9 billion. That's pretty high.
9 billion.
Yeah.
So let's face it, it would get taken out for about 150, which is a very fair price.
You said 150?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
so you
fair
basically you get like a 50% premium if it's at 100. Yeah. Or maybe 180 if you get it to 120.
I could see it being taken out right at these highs up here, 142.67 even. Look, I mean, if it's retesting the lows of 113 to 142, who's going to cry over that?
What's the high from July?
Two something. 220 maybe.
Can you hover over that July volume, that big green? To the left.
The all-time high is over 2.
Oh yeah, I know. I might be predicting that 170, 180 range.
170 is a high from June 30th.
Maybe that's the buyout then around there. Yeah, I kind of like. I think I like this one because it looks like Trillium.
I like this one because it has the biggest pipeline. So a company like I don't know, Sanofi's on a buying spree. They get a lot of bang for the buck.
These all look pretty damn good.
Moderna is cash loaded. Pfizer's cash loaded. There's a lot of cash rich companies that could come in here.
Right. And the XBI got walked down in a way that there's a lot of bargains out there.
This looks like one of the biggest bargains.
Yep.
In fact, all the gene editing stocks are bargains right now. Every one of them.
15 billion. That's my prediction if it gets bought. $15 billion.
It's still a bargain.
Yep.
Still a bargain.
With upside for 20. Yeah, this one, I have too many good picks now. You're confusing me. I don't know how to rank them.
You should run out of money like me.
You can always buy them all.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Buy them all. Just like the Pokemon stocks.
Buy them all and maybe get one. All it takes is one.
Buy the leaps on all of them.
Yeah, sprinkle the leaps. Agreed. The ones that have options, yeah.
I think all of these gene editing stocks do.
Yeah, because they got a lot of liquidity. Yeah, that's true.
This is all the same chart. We're like looking at one version of the same chart. This sector is trading like it's one.
Yeah, it has that really strong long-term trend line. But then it also has that anomalous spike in July. Yeah, you're right. Same chart.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And a couple of horizontal lines there.
Beam. Let's see Beam's market cap.
We're trading, we're testing the 50 on this one.
Beam's at 6.7 billion. Okay.
I'm not sure which I like better between Beam, the chart I mean, between Beam, CRISPR, Intellia, and Edit. Probably Edit.
Yeah, Edit looked, I think, the best. This one has a really nice uptrend, though.
Yes, it does.
A lot of you could probably draw a line pretty easily that connects.
I could draw a channel on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's in the trading range. What I drew between the lines, a high of 111. No, the high is 114. The low of 94.
Yeah.
So it's in a 20-point trading range for a long time now.
Yeah, so you can buy now or nibble now with downside to 94, upside to 120-ish, 117. Yeah.
They're all the same, but whichever one you like better for whatever reason. I think CRISPR is probably my favorite still, but I like Editas a lot. I like them all. I like Beam. I like Intellia. I just like them all. I'm stubbornly holding on to all of them and below water on 3 out of 4. What's next?
TGTX.
This is one that I no longer own, but I'm thinking of getting back in. It's had a very nice turnaround, and it looks like there's more to go. It bottomed nicely. Very nice bottoming action on 8/17. So we could draw that in. The bottom is definitely in for now.
Yeah.
And this gap looks like it wants to be filled.
Yeah. I don't love it yet just because it's at the top of that channel, but it looks pretty good.
This gap really looks like it wants to be filled.
Yeah.
So a little pullback, and then we fill that gap.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't add big right now, though.
This is another takeout play. A few people have it on their radar, including Big Tex. Our very own Big Tex has it on his radar as a possible takeout.
4.3 billion market cap. Okay. All right. Interesting.
It is an interesting one. They have an MS drug that could become a very big seller if approved. I think it's not been approved yet. And they have a cancer drug that was approved. What do we have next? Capricorn? Capricorn is not really, by any stretch of the imagination, a takeout play. I don't know why I have it in here.
I know someone that has a
Suggested it to me as
fund
a takeout.
investment in this.
It is not a takeout play. I think the fundamentals are interesting on this one. They're into exosomes for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
They're into DMD, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, Duchenne muscular dystrophy drug. So they have a lot of interesting pipeline. They need a partner to generate enough cash to take them to phase 3 on the DMD program. They have to partner up with somebody. Maybe Jake will back them. We'll get Jake. Jake wants to pick up a drug company.
Well, a lot of them are for sale.
We're at trend line support. What do you think of this one from the chart?
Looks great.
Looks good.
Looks maybe what is that? The 200, the red one, or the 100?
The 50, it just crossed below the 50, but
Right.
it's now above it. So it went below it, bounced up, trading
Gotcha.
above it. You got the 100 below the 50, below the 200. So it's not bad.
It'll certainly show you nibble signs if it does good tomorrow.
Yeah, TGTX is an interesting one to own and probably hold on to.
Capricorn.
Right. What's next? Vaxart?
Vaxart. And do VBIV right after Vaxart because they're two vaccines.
All
and
right.
people are talking about VBIV for takeover.
Yeah. VBIV will be higher on my list because I'm just stubborn and I like it, but
Let's this way. What the heck?
Oh, you're using a Mac. That's why.
Mac is not my friend.
I'm a PC.
Yeah, I'm on a PC also.
No, I mean, remember those commercials where you said what you are?
Vaxart I like for a takeout play because the oral formulation, a pill form for the vaccine, is very attractive to a lot of companies.
Nice chart. I like the sequential lower or higher lows. It's
This
nice.
one just makes sense. It has a lot of synergy. There's a lot of synergy with say a Moderna or a Pfizer. I like this one. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it based on the fundamentals. I know they're a long ways off in developing vaccine, but an oral formulation is really a big thing for a lot of people who don't like needles. Do you like needles? Spike, do you like needles?
Noodles? I love noodles.
Not
needles,
noodles, not noodles.
But I don't
I'm
like
talking
needles.
about needles, not noodles.
I like noodles. I don't like needles.
You don't like noodles.
No. I don't
But
like
you don't like needles, right?
Right.
I mean,
I don't love them. I don't like
nobody likes them. I don't mind them, but I don't like them.
Yeah, all right. We have one don't mind and one don't like.
No, I don't like them.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't like looking at it. Yeah, so
wouldn't you rather swallow a pill and say, I have immunity against
you
whatever?
got to figure people for diabetes who have to do the blood test and the injection every day. It's something to get used to, but it's certainly something they'd like to alleviate.
No, I agree. I think that
speaking of diabetes, Mankind is on my list.
Yeah.
But this one is another beautiful chart, touching basically trend line support. So you have another one that's definite takeout possibility. The only thing is, there's been like zero volume. So maybe down the road, it might be too early on this one.
Yeah.
You want to do VBIV, but I want to do Mankind.
Yeah.
We'll do both. We have time.
Mankind, I think, is a takeout play. I've been saying this for a long time, talking about this one as a takeout. I still think it is. I still think it's a takeout play.
Yeah. Mankind, let's see.
At least it has some volume.
A little over $1 billion market cap, very cheap.
Wow.
Yeah. And it has a lot of product, the potential to produce a lot of products in a hurry with its technosphere.
Right.
I like this one a lot. I think the product of Frieza is not recognized for its true potential in diabetes. And I think the technosphere is not recognized for its true potential. I think this one is worth double. So I see this one as being very attractive takeout. Mankind, I think, is going to be one of my top 5 picks.
It's been on your radar for a long time.
Yeah, it has. I've been talking about this one as a takeout for a long time. I've made money swinging it in the meanwhile.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a Mankind swinger and a Mankind fan. And I think this one is takeout possibilities. VBIV, very quickly, VBIV.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you that, let's do VBIV, and then maybe if you have time for one more, I have a request.
Sure.
Yeah, this one. I mean, this one. I think like the partnership for glioblastoma at the minimum makes a lot of sense to me.
What caused that gap over there?
You think that'll happen?
Wait, what did you say, Spike?
I said, what caused that gap, that drop down just recently?
Oh, basically it was just they updated their shelf. It wasn't really material news, but they have this pattern of pump up and pull back that's usually related to things in the realm of dilution. So it's not great. The thing I don't like about this is how big the float is. It's pretty gigantic, but the thing I do like is the longer term price convergence. The pipeline data has only been good so far. I think they would be pretty foolish to not at least take a partnership on glioblastoma, because those trials are going to be fairly expensive to push to phase 3.
What I like about it right now is it's sitting at the 50, so it looks attractive.
Yeah.
And it's pulled back about halfway, right?
Yep.
Let's see, the low was 273, the recent high was
370-ish, 380.
273 to 380 about 3.25 would be about the midway.
Yeah, this one will probably be either number 3 on my list or 4, because I like also the longer term price convergence that's happening. So this one, I think
I would rate Vaxart over this one on the takeout.
I think I would pick this, but sure. Yeah.
But I like this one to buy it right now. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, of course. Because it pulled back to halfway from the run up, and it's sitting on support. Yeah, I like it.
I like it as a buy right now. And what was the one you wanted me to look at?
AEMD was requested.
Yeah, AEMD. I'm trying to see if anyone else. Well, there were some non-bio ones that people wanted, and I'm loving my USEG too. But yeah, we can keep the theme buyouts.
AEMD is, I don't know if they made a presentation at the Wainwright conference yet or not. I'd have to look at the news. Can you look at the news?
This is crazy.
I think they were supposed to present. Maybe not. I know they have a shareholder meeting the 15th. What's today?
Today is the 14th.
So tomorrow is their shareholder meeting. I was expecting a PR before the shareholders meeting. Doesn't look like I'm getting it.
The latest news is $210,000 in sales expected for the quarter.
Mm.
So,
Kissing your sister.
so I don't know if they're presenting or not at the Wainwright conference. I don't remember. But the shareholders meeting is tomorrow. And, you know, it's not about the fundamentals with this one so much as it is about the history of pumping this thing up. And I think it's to do for another pump. I'm not saying it doesn't have prospects long range, but it also has that pump and dump types prospect any given day.
Yeah.
I don't want to say pump and dump. I'm using the wrong term. Because again, I think it has merit long term. It's not pump and dump. It's pump it up a little bit and whatever. Not how do I say it
I have to
delicately?
make a new term for this, Dr. J.
How do I say this delicately without making it sound derogatory?
Pump and jump. I don't know.
Pump and jump. I really don't mean to be derogatory, but they have this history of, you know, all of a sudden there's a press release and it goes up threefold, you know?
Yeah.
Because people do like the idea. I mean, it wasn't these guys, but 60 Minutes was talking about something about blood filtration also in terms of treating COVID. So it was a repeat from from earlier in the summer, but it's got to have people thinking about this technology again, and getting rid of viral load, if nothing else.
I'm underwater because I started buying it at about 380, so I'm underwater on this one. But I know it's at any given moment I could be making triple my money. Could be. What's next?
Well, actually, it's a dealer's choice at this point because we ran out of what you said.
All right, so you want to stop right here?
Well, we're pretty close to the 42-minute mark, so that's
unless you want to look at my favorite chart right now, USEG.
Okay, let's do that and we'll end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chart is lovely. This has been my biggest winner of the last month, and I'm letting it ride.
I think I'm going to buy some NTLA. Maybe I'll buy this one.
I mean, of the ones you showed, that one in edit had the prettiest pictures.
Yeah.
This one looks pretty good. I feel like buying today. I don't know why.
Got money burning a hole in your pocket?
I mean, I've been tracking. I was tracking this one for a while, so I bought a lot under 4 into like 370s.
I don't think it's too late to buy this.
Yeah, I agree. And the volume was just ridiculous. Like, so that 75 million volume that happened on July 14th, I looked back at their history. They've never had that much volume. So something might be up. I love it.
Well, we can't include this as a takeover prospect because we're only talking biotech.
Yeah. Well, I say just you want to be in on this in some way, shape, or form is my take. And I don't think it's too late. I agree with you.
Yeah, for judging from this chart, it's often too late. You have all the averages of support right below you. Yeah,
it's bouncing off them with relative ease.
And you found trend line support today.
Yeah,
and it looks right on trend line.
It's just made higher highs and higher lows basically every day. So I love it.
The chart is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it based very nicely over a period of 1 week.
Yep.
It based back here on 818. It based at 348.
Yep. That's when I got in. Like when that triple bottom happened, I liked it. I went in.
Very nice. So let's summarize.
I got to figure out how do you rank these? Too many choices.
I'm going to go. I'll go first. I'm going to go with the obvious one, AUPH, as being my top pick for a takeout. What's yours? Arjun.
I was also going to pick AUPH. I don't want to change it just because you said it, so I'm going to go with my gut. AUPH will be the first one to get bought of any of the ones we looked at.
Okay, so Professor Spike, your top pick?
VBIV.
VBIV.
Nice.
I want a dark horse.
My
A dark horse
second
that's going to make me money.
My second top pick will be Vaxart, VXRT.
My number 2, I'm going to go with Albo, and it's not because I think it's going to happen soon. It's because just on the fundamentals that I know well, I think the current market cap to projected value ratio is so low that I just think that someone's got to pay 2 or 3 billion eventually and just take them.
Okay.
So Albo is my number 2 because of likelihood of buyout, not that it's happening.
So your first is Aurinia, your second is Albo,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
Professor Spike, your first is VBIV, your second?
I don't have a second, so I'm going to use Tex's second. Big Tech says TGTX.
All right, TGTX.
He likes Aurinia, and then he likes TGTX, and then Albo. So it's not unreasonable.
No. So your second pick would be TGTX?
I'm going with him because I have
I'm going to give you my third. My third will be Editas, EDIT. What about you, Arjun?
I think I'm going to have a 3A and a 3B. I think my third will be CRISPR as my 3A, but then 3B.
Stop right there. I'm going to come back for a fourth.
Okay. All right. I'll stop there. CRISPR's number 3.
What about you, Spike?
Well, since I didn't pick AUPH next, I'll pick that one.
Okay, AUPH.
Even though we've been waiting for Godot on that one for like months and months and
What's
months.
your first again? I forgot.
My first is VBIV.
VBIV followed by TGT.
Followed by, I'm just going with Big Tech, so I'm going to pick Albo after that.
All right.
Because right now I'm speaking out of my backside. I mean, if people are going to start treating this as just guys talking, then I'm just guys talking.
All right. It doesn't matter what the reason is. My fourth pick is Mankind, MNKD.
Yeah.
It's going to buy out instead of just.
Yeah, I think Mankind is a buyout.
Okay.
Arjun, your fourth pick?
It's going to be VBIV, and for me, the real reason is that price convergence that's been happening for multiple years. I just think that something has to give soon, even though I don't have a ton of conviction that it's a buyout. It might be a partnership. I have to pick it fourth because I think that news is imminent in the next 8 weeks. VBIV.
Okay, and Spike, you have a fourth?
Only because I already said VBIV, and only because it's so low now and so underpriced that maybe that's the time to swoop it up.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stop voting it after my third.
All right, so you're ending with 3 picks?
We'll give him Albo. Just give him Albo.
I'll give him Albo. All right, and David likes
Gritstone.
Yeah,
people were asking about Gritstone. I like the chart, but I still am just struggling to understand their technology. It's not that I don't like it; I just don't know it. But the chart looks really interesting.
Yeah. Let me do GRTS quickly.
Yeah, I think you have to chart it because it just has that look. This one, I would not be shocked at all if it got bought first, but without knowing the company well enough, I can't pick it. But I think anyone who picks this one is making a pretty good choice.
Wow, it's had a spectacular run, giving back today, but only to the 9-day.
Yeah.
Had a spectacular run. And it's another vaccine maker. They're similar to VBIV in a way.
Yeah. I think you should look at it on the 1 year in the daily because I think it'll paint a better picture of of like why it could be taken out.
That is so
I'm not going to conclude that, but the chart looks pretty interesting right now to consider going into.
Yeah, but yeah, if you if you have a sec, just click on the 1 year time frame, because oh no, not the daily's fine. I just mean the year. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is really interesting.
Because now it's sort of looking at
the whole year. We've been playing the whole year from the middle of 118. The candle of 118 encompasses the whole year's trading.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. 118 was the whole year's trading.
Yeah, that day was just insane, and that was the COVID vaccine hype, and this one, in my opinion, is the most interesting chart of all the ones we looked at for that reason. I really like it.
Okay, there you heard it. So Gritstone, it could be considered as a buyout, as well as just a stock to own.
Yeah, I think Gritstone, you should own some. Don't go all in, but I think I own a little because I like the risk reward.
Man has an interesting comment. KPPI.
it went down to 5, according to Man.
Yeah,
we're going to end right here. Thank you all for coming today. Have a very good trading week. We're going to see you back on Friday. Adios.
Bye-bye.
All right. Happy buying.